Good day, everyone. I am Christine, and welcome to our worksheet presentation. So, we all know that language reflects both structure and society, and through componential analysis, we see how meanings shift depending on whether they are viewed biologically or through identity. Words like woman, man, trans woman, and trans man show that meaning is shaped not only by linguistic features, but also by cultural and social context. And now, my group members will present the gathered information to further explain our findings. So let's go!
So good day everyone, I am Ella Magbanua and today I will now present the response of our first interviewee from the Department of BSIT named Glendale Awit, a 1B student. So in the table, the respondent categorized the lexical items women, men, trans women, and trans men using the features human, adult, female, and male. According to the respondent, a woman is classified as human, adult, and female, while a man is human, adult, and male. For trans women, the respondent marked human, adult, and male, and for trans men, human, adult, and female. Now, the respondent explained that these classifications were based on biological perspectives, where trans women are considered a male at birth and trans men female at birth. However, the respondent also clarified that this does not mean disrespect toward people's gender identity, and they still respect how individuals identity and express themselves. Thank you.
So, for our respondent number two, we interviewed from the College of Engineering. So, here is the answer of the respondent. So, the respondent explains that all the lexical items woman, men, trans woman, and trans man were categorized as human because they are all referred to people. This means they share the same basic semantic feature of being human beings. They were also marked as adults because these terms usually refer to grown individual rather than children. And also, for gender features, the respondent explained that a woman is considered an adult female while a man is an adult male. And also, the respondent explained that the trans woman is a person who identify as female, even if they were assigned male at birth. So it was marked under female. On other hand, a trans man is a person who identify as a male also, because even if they were assigned female at birth, so it was marked under male. And for his answer, based on her answer, this explanation shows how the respondents use identity and meaning to determine the correct semantic feature for each lexical item. So, in the conclusion, the componential analysis shows that words can be understood by breaking them down into smaller semantics features such as woman, adult, female, and male. Although the lexical items share some common features, they differ in their gender components, which help distinguish their meanings. And for this analysis, it helps us better understand how language categorizes and represents different identities. Thank you.
For respondent 3, the classifications of the words was based mainly on biological categories. In the table, the respondent marked woman as an adult, human female, and man as an adult human male. When analyzing the terms trans woman and trans man, The respondents still focused on a person's biological sex at birth, not on gender identity. Because of this, trans woman was marked as male and trans man was marked as female in the table. In her explanation, she said that even though gender identity is about how a person identifies socially, they choose to use biological categories to keep the analysis consistent. Since the words woman and man are usually connected to biological sex. So she applied the same classification to the transgender terms. In conclusion, her response shows that she understands the meaning of these words based more on biological features rather than social identity. It also shows that people may interpret words differently depending on whether they focus on biological or gender identity.
Questions. 1. Briefly discuss and interpret your findings. 2. To what extent does componential analysis capture the full meaning of lexical items and where does it fail? 3. Is meaning inherent in the words themselves or it is constructed through social, cultural, and linguistic opposition?
Answer number 1. The three respondents gave different answers depending on whether they focus on biological sex or gender identity. Respondent 1 and 3 used biological categories, marking trans women as male and trans men as female. Respondent number 2 used gender identity, marking trans women as female and trans men as male. This shows that componential analysis depends on perspective. Whether someone interprets words through biology or through identity, it highlights that meanings are not fixed but shaped by how people understand them.
So now let's proceed to the second question. To what extent does componential analysis capture the full meaning of lexical items, and where does it fail? So componential analysis is useful for breaking down words into basic features like human, adult, male, and female, and it helps us see the similarities and differences clearly. It fails to capture social, cultural, and identity aspects of words. For example, trans woman and trans man cannot be fully explained just by biological features because their meaning also involves identity, lived experience, and social recognition.
Okay, so number 3 explains that meaning is not only based on dictionary definitions, it is also shaped by society and culture. For example, the word the word man and women are usually understood biologically, but terms like trans women and trans man show that meaning can also depend on social identity. This means that language reflects how society understands people, so meaning is influenced by both language and social context.
Thank you guys for your cooperation. And now for the conclusion, the study of lexical items through componential analysis shows that while language can be broken down into basic features, its full meaning is shaped by social and cultural context. Words like woman, man, trans woman, and trans man reveal that identity cannot be captured by biology alone, but also by lived experience and social recognition. This highlights how language both reflects and challenges society's views, reminding us that meaning is dynamic and deeply connected to human understanding. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching.